We talk about the issues affecting our veterans and this virus. COVID-19 has changed so much of our lives. But when it comes to veterans, there is something that is available on the statewide level. And we're going to talk with Andy Garvais, who is the Director of Veterans Programs and Memorial Affairs. And Andy, talk about the $6.2 million. It's a statewide amount of money that is allocated for veterans. How?
Correct. So the Minnesota legislature around March allocated $6.2 million for us to issue out COVID relief grants for our Minnesota veterans. And so currently we have three different grants available. There's a disaster relief grant, which is these are all one-time grants. There's a disaster relief grant for $1,000. There's a special needs grant for up to $3,000 paid directly to a vendor on behalf of a veteran. And then our most recent addition is the distance learning support grant for $3,000.
When you say the special needs grant, and that's up to, I'm sorry, did you say about $3,000?
Yep, it's up to $3,000, and so that can assist people with past due rent or mortgage, auto repairs, auto loans, auto insurance, utility bills, things of that nature. It's very similar to our normal special needs grant. The big caveat here is that your financial need has to be based off of and due to COVID-19. So for example, maybe you're a waitress or waiter in a restaurant and your hours were reduced and now you can't make your car payment. That would be a prime example of being an eligible expense for the special needs grant.
The money has been around for most of the year and available to our veterans. How much of it has been used? How much of it is left? And I want our veterans to have access to this.
Yeah, great question. So we had a major surge when we first launched the two grants, and so far to date we've expended about $4.1 million. So we have about $2.1 million left. So yeah, we're just super excited to get the word out to any remaining veterans who may need it. And I think especially as we head into the winter months and with the new restrictions that Governor Walz announced today, there may be more individuals in the hospitality industry that may find themselves in need and eligible for these grants. And also for veterans with kids who are attending school and maybe their school district has implemented a hybrid or distance learning program and they need some financial assistance to help implement that.
How about for our veterans who need the child care? I know that there's a lot of different pots that parents can dip into when it comes to helping pay for child care because of the current situation with hybrid models and all at-home learning in some districts. Does this help with that as well?
Yes, this would. So theoretically, if you had individuals who their school district implemented, say, a hybrid plan, and on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, they are sending their children to early learning childhood center, or maybe they have a stay-at-home mom in their neighborhood that is watching children and kind of helping facilitate that. They could be eligible for not only the $3,000 distance learning support grant, but also the $1,000 disaster relief grant based off of the school closures on those Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
So that pertains to, and there are some grandparents who are veterans who take care of their grandchildren, and this pertains to them. But our older veterans, we just did within the last month or so, Andy, something with one of our local vets who needed some home repairs to make it handicap accessible. This kind of funding would help.
It could, if they could show that they had a financial loss due to COVID-19. The special COVID-19 special needs grant could assist with that. A lot of times we find that our older veterans who are retired don't necessarily have a financial loss because they're just drawing off of their retirement funds and accounts. But we do have regular programs that could still assist those individuals, like our normal special needs grant. And so we just urge them to reach out no matter what their situation. If they need assistance, call your county veteran service officer to see what's available for you.
I love talking about this because I personally have such love for our veterans and for people who work for them. So Andy, I appreciate what you do, and thanks for taking the time to talk to me about this.
Thank you so much, Betsy. It's been an honor.